Just to get this part out of the way, just going to ask about availability. We've seen Justin Reynolds in training. We've seen Borges in training. Ian James. What's kind of the status? Are they available for selection? And maybe what kind of minutes do you think they can handle?
Yes, correct. They are available for selection. Soba Song as well. But we have to see how many minutes. Some of them might start. Not all of them for sure together. Because obviously with Zoe, with Ian, with Justin, with Borges, it's 4 players who we now have to reintegrate. So, but they're all available.
And then with a guy like Justin coming in, especially right back most likely, I would assume. What is for Jake? I know Jake's done well there, kind of in the roles you've asked down that side. But how do you see him kind of projecting into the midfield at that point, and what's your kind of maybe plan with him, because he seems like a guy who's been in really good form to start the season?
Yeah, that's true. Jake has done really well for us in multiple positions, which is not easy for a player. I've been there, but he has accepted it very well and has done a good start to the season. So now with Justin coming back and hopefully being match fit and being able to play more and more, he knows that he can also go back into the midfield and is a player of competition there for all the other midfielders.
And then obviously with some of these guys coming back from injury, you throw in Capita and Borges being available. Just from your perspective, how nice is it to be able to kind of work with the full complement of your roster? And what are you looking forward to in terms of the different things you might be able to do going forward now that everybody's in?
Yeah, well, we're not everyone in. We have still Jaden Reed and Wyatt Meyer who are not in, who were also important pieces at the beginning of the season. Unfortunately, they got hurt with their ankles. They're still not in training. So obviously, in the last weeks, it was like, okay, this guy's out, this guy's in. We have to integrate new players. So it has always been. Every week has been different, let's call it that way. It's nice to have all these guys back in training. It's nice to have Capita in the house now, but we also have to understand he didn't train for quite a while with a club, so we have now to be careful with him as well and bring him up to speed again, and that's always obviously going to take a little bit before he can then start games for us. But it's nice to have more than 12, 13 players in training. It's obviously nice. So I'm happy where we are there. I'm happy that these guys are back in training and can get some minutes. Now I hope that Jaden and Wyatt will also be back, and then we have. Hopefully our full roster in training, and I have choices to make.
Speaking of Capita, I mean, I know he just got here, he just became available. Will you maybe let him travel, or will he even have a chance of getting in the game?
No, he will not travel with us. He just landed, I think, 2 days ago. Again, like I said, he didn't train for a while, so this would be... I think this would be putting the player in danger, and we don't want that. We want Capita to play, but we also want him to be available for long term. So we will bring him up into the full team training up from next week and see where he is at. Always a lot of communication with him, ask him how he feels after the trainings and so on, see where we are then next week with him. But he will not travel this weekend.
And I think we're speaking to Lasse after this. Just how much difference has it made having him available in the lineup for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, Lasse is not a surprise to me. I know Lasse well, and we have obviously watched him well. He's bringing a lot to our team, right? I mean, he's bringing lots of calmness to our team. He's bringing lots of structure to our team. He's a very important piece for this roster now and also for the future in the connection between the defense and the attack, and I think he has shown that already in those 2 games. Now let's not forget, even he had a great game and scored in a Galaxy, and he had very good moments as well against Colorado. He hasn't played because of the visa situation for a while, so we put him pretty fast into the game. So again, all these guys, we're integrating them. We're very happy to have Lasse here, and he will be very important for us.
Coach, you're talking about integrating the guys. Having the 2 weeks with the international break, what does that do to help you kind of implement your plan with maybe not a full preseason with your full complement of players?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously good to have. It was good to have in that national team break almost the whole roster here available. Deki flew away, but the others were here, and then we were able to integrate more Zoba Song in training, Justin, Ian, Borges. So that was good to have now time with them in training. So they got to get fitter and fitter, and then the rest hasn't changed for preseason. I mean, it's going to be all the way until probably the summer that we are. Keep working on what we want to be, what we want to do in possession, out of possession. Again, we have a few guys coming back from injury who Zoba Song didn't play since the beginning of the season, so we're integrating him. Borges didn't play. We have to again integrate him and keep working on everything we started in January. But that is not a big challenge. That's our job. And as a head coach, it's not that when you have worked on something after 2 months, you say, okay, I'm putting this now back and I'm working on something else. It's an every day, every week process. You work on all these different phases of the game every single week, and then you see, okay, now we may need to add this because we struggle a bit in that, or we want to get better in that. That's how it is. But there is never a moment in the season where you say, okay, there's a few topics we put aside, because as soon as you put these topics aside and you work more on something else, then you have to start working here again. So it's a total thing which you have to work all the time.
Just what can you tell us about your opponent this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, Real Salt Lake has a very good start of the season. You can see. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, the 5th season with the same head coach. You can see the ideas. You can see that they're working together since a while. It's a very well-oiled team, and you could see what they want to do in possession, out of possession, very well in the first 5 games of the season, and they had success. So we are analyzing that. But again, it has been now a 2-week break. I know that they had players gone to national teams, so I don't know who is available, who is there, who is going to play. But I don't expect something different than what they've done. They're a good team. They added a few pieces to their roster in comparison to last year, and you could see that it worked well for them. Now every game starts at 0. We're going there with belief that we can get a result out of Real Salt Lake. That's why we're going there, and we believe in that. And again, we're always preparing our team, showing them some clips, some film, but in the end of the day, it's also focus on ourselves.
Hey, Coach. With the U.S. Open Cup quickly approaching, how are you preparing the team?
Yeah, I mean, we now know who we play and when we play, which day, but then that's doesn't change anything in our preparation. Now it's game by game. We prepare this game, then we prepare the next game, and then at one point we prepare the Open Cup game. I think the US Open Cup is a very important competition. I always told to all my teams and wherever I was, the cup competition is usually the fastest way to winning a trophy. That's why you compete and that's why you play in these competitions. Usually a cup competition takes 4, 5, 6 games, and then you can be in a final and you can win something, which in a regular season you have between 35 and 40 games in depending on which country you are. So that's obviously a way longer way. So US Open Cup, whenever the day is there, it's going to be a very important game for us, and we will take this very serious.
Coach, there's been quite a bit of buzz around some of these new international guys that you guys have signed. We've seen the impact that Lasse has had in that goal against LA. Capita just got here, and then with Orblorian coming in June. What can you expect from these 3 new guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that the fans are excited. We are excited. Like I said, we're really happy to have these guys here. Really interesting projects. Also with Diego Borges, who is a young centre back, who we all believe it's a great profile for this club, and it's very interesting to develop. Yeah, all of these players will add quality to our team, make our team better. We are 100% convinced in that. And when you have more players with quality, then the competition is obviously bigger in a roster. And that's, as a head coach, it's actually nice to have a lot of good players. Maybe sometimes gives me a headache to make decisions on the weekend, but I'd rather have that than not having enough players, obviously. So So we're excited about these players being here and coming in summer, and I'm excited about the whole project. Like I said in my first day, I know that David has a plan. I know that he knows what he's doing. He has shown that over many, many years in the MLS. He knows how to build a roster, and we all know that we're not complete yet. There will be other pieces come probably in the summer transfer window, and we're excited about that. But right now, my focus is working with those guys who are here. I'm very, like I mentioned this a long time and a lot, I'm very happy with this roster and these players because the commitment and the effort they put in every single day since day one has been fantastic. Now we put some of the results away. We put the last 25 minutes against Colorado away, but the effort and the commitment of what the team does every day here in training has been fantastic. And that is something which really excites me to keep working with those guys, and then we'll see whoever comes in next.
Lasse, first game you guys came in, you got the win and the goal. Second game, a little frustrating result. Just for you, what's your acclimation been like over the last couple of weeks and getting acclimated through game time, but also just training and getting used to playing with this group?
Yeah, it's been, now I feel more settled. Been here probably 1-2 months and played 2 games. We had a really good start. It was nice for me to have a good game with the team in LA, and we wanted to follow up that at home. We couldn't really, and 2-1 and 1-0 chasing in the beginning, it made us on the back foot. But we know it's a new group, new players. Rapha has not been here long, and we are a new group in many ways. I enjoy it, and I think it's been great. I know the teammates well now, and I can see the connections are better on the training pitches, and hopefully that's what we want to bring in the game. Hopefully tomorrow a good performance, and you can see how our team are playing, and I'm looking forward to it. But of course it takes time, and some games will be top and some games will not be as good. We need to find the consistency, and we will, but we need to make the bad performance as little as possible.
In your ideas of what MLS and playing games would be like before you came, what have you learned about the way the game's played in this league and kind of from those first 2 games, and has it been different from what you thought coming in?
I wasn't sure what I expected when I came here. I think I knew it would be good individual players, and it has been, even in LA and the other games I watched. And last game, like when they get the chance, they take the chance. So for sure, it's good players here, but also I think the league, it's a lot of transitions after, especially in second half, games open up. Of course, we want to control the game, and I think every team wants to do that, but from what I've seen, I think it's more than European. It's more back and forth, and we need to make sure that we can use those moments, maybe in the second half or after 60 minutes, to create those transitions and try to make it goals. So I think it's a pretty open league, and it's competitive. We can win against LA and we can lose at home. So I think every team feels they have a good chance to win every game in the league.
Is that something that's different? Here we use the word parity, but that there's not a whole lot separating the top to the bottom in the league versus maybe in Sweden, right? Like, there's 3 or 4 teams that are probably at the top that are the difference between the bottom is much larger.
Yeah, for sure. Like you say, I'm used to in Sweden, played in Malmö. The fans expected us to win every game. And you have maybe 3 top teams who will finish up there. Here it feels like every team can beat each other, which I think outside is a great thing. It makes it really competitive and entertaining. But of course, we want to win more games than we lose. And we are in the process and focusing on ourselves, and that's what we're gonna do tomorrow.
As you get more used to your team and your teammates, is there any players that you've kind of already developed a really good on-field relationship with?
I think on-field and outside of the pitch, pretty much with everybody. Now I played mostly with Manu, Bart in the midfield. I have a good connection with Decky. But I think it's all about getting along outside the pitch, good vibes, good communication, because then you will naturally find each other more on the pitch. Now I feel really settled and comfortable within the group. I think we have a really good group who makes every new player, they take care of them, and then it's all about like finding the connections on the pitch. I see the connections in the team, not only myself, are getting better, and I enjoy playing with them, and I cannot say only 2 players. I think all of them.
You talk about that connection off the pitch. Are you getting used to Kansas City now, getting used to doing stuff around here?
Yeah, we're joking every day like the weather. You have all season weather in 1 week here. Today it was more Norwegian weather, I think, with the wind. But I'm settling well. I have together with my partner here, and it's important to have good vibes off the pitch, because then you play better on the pitch also.
You got that goal in your first game for the team, and then watching you at the end of training, you were just banging in goal after goal. Can we expect you to be a top goal scorer now?
No, I think we have other players who will get more opportunities in front. But of course, if the team can have as many people as possible contributing with goals and assists, I think that's a strength. Even if we can improve in set piece or defenders get goals, that's top. But we have a top goal scorer in Decky, who I think is a top player. And we have other players who will contribute. So I will also try to do it. And I like to be around the 18-yard box and finish attack. So I try to get in as many positions as I can. But we also need the rest defense.
Lasse, you've only been in the United States for a little while now, but it's a pretty extreme travel schedule in MLS. You're heading to Salt Lake for the first time, really high elevation. Has anybody talked to you about that? Your teammates, your coaches, what to expect? And have you played in those kind of conditions before?
Yeah, I don't think I played in those altitudes, but of course it's something we spoke about and they tell me about. Of course I can imagine and think about it, but at the end of the day, I think you need to go there and play it and experience it. That's a challenge. I think I look at it in a positive way. It's a new environment, the same for the people playing World Cup. They will come from all over the world playing here. It's nothing you can do about it. I think it's just great to be in the US and you can experience different places. Last away game it was in LA, then we had the home game, and now we go to the altitude. So I think the more experience you get, the better and more flexible you get as a player. Which I'm here to also experience and enjoy that.
Now that you have a few games under your belt, what is your personal goals going forward throughout the season?
Yeah, my personal goals, they are together with the team, I think. I want to play consistent, play on a consistent high level, like we want the team to play, focus on myself, what can I contribute with, leadership on the field, a lot of passes, being a compact unit together with the team. And I think as a team, we want stable and consistent performance. Of course, we want to win every game like any other team, but the result will take care of itself as long as we focus on our performance. And if we do that, I think we will have a good chance to win many games.
Lasse, Sporting Kansas City, or Kansas City in general, is one of the soccer capitals of America. Now that you've gotten here, you've played a couple of away games, some home games. What can you say about the Kansas City fans?
Yeah, I think they're great. Now I only played one game at home. I think the welcome was fantastic. A lot of fans. The atmosphere is brilliant with great entertainment also, like the whole before the game, after the game. And myself, I want to help the team so we can perform also at the home ground, because that's really important. Make it a difficult place to come for the other teams, and together with the fans, it will be a tough place to come. Last game wasn't our best, but we will try to make that better for the next games. And together with them, we can make it a really difficult place to come. and hopefully we can use that to win more games at home.